Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. It's 5 a.m. on March 6, 2025, and I promise to go into a little bit of context around the source. And before I get started, I just wanted to say that the information that I'm sharing with you about the mind is stuff that I learned from reading, and I shared with you one book from the author of The Laws of the Sun. This was the first book I found of Ruho Okawa. He's a Japanese author, and this book changed my life. And as I shared, I made that poster. But he has written so many books on the mind, the challenge of the mind. And let me tell you, it's a challenge to harness this mind. And if we have the ability to harness this mind, you're going to start to feel some power. But it's not easy. It's a lifetime's worth of work. He wrote another book, The Strong Mind. All these books are available on Barnes & Noble. And here is a prescription for happiness, the laws of happiness. Read this book. Figure out how to be happy. All these things that I'm sharing with you are from this author. And he asked us, please read these books and share these truths in your own words. And check this one out. The Origin of Love. What a title. Where did love start? Why is it here? I just wanted to share that about this author and the changes that have occurred in my mind to come to understand this mind. So anyway, that's my little shout out that I wanted to share with you. But continuing today on the source. Last week we spoke, or last video we spoke about, this, again, this body, this vehicle, this mind, the realm of the mind. If we had a car, and in order for us to drive that car on the road, we have to take a driver's license. We have to get study regulations, take driving tests, so that we understand the social context in what it takes to drive on the road, so that we are a safe driver amongst all the other drivers and minimize accidents. In the realm of the mind, what is the social context? The social context is related to this source. What is the source? In order to explain that, I have to go back to myself. I am here. I am here right now because of my parents. My parents gave me birth, and their parents gave them birth, and so on and so on, and my grandparents and my great-grandparents. When you take this idea and this, what I'm saying, and you take it back, as far back as we can go, I come to a point where the source, or the first cause originates. I mean, there is some type of purposefulness in this life. There's some kind of purposefulness in this life. If there is a cause, that this purposeful cause that came forward, that created us human beings, these magnificent human beings that feel love, that cry, that laugh, that have memories, that can recall things, this magnificent human being. And I know it may be sometimes fashionable to think this thing came about by chance, but the purposefulness within us, the drive to become better and to do better, the drive to want to help others, that's purposeful. That's innate. This is not by chance. We didn't come from a one-cell amoeba. I mean, to think like that, I'm just not in that realm. And I don't subscribe to it, because there is so much of these items, these feelings of love, and all the emotional content that we carry that can't even be seen. It has no form, but yet it thrives and lives in us. It drives our decisions. It drives our choices. So there's a purposefulness to this life. I mean, if I were to give an example, if I take this, we came here by chance. Let's say that we are equivalent to like a 50-story building. Okay? Now, you're saying those of you who subscribe to We Came About by chance or from some other form, if you were equivalent to a 50-story building, it would mean that the sand and cement and steel all came together, and there was an earthquake and the winds blew and formed the steel and erected this building and putting all the partitions, and that would be how a building would be to be built. And the fact that we have genes that pass on the likeness of our parents through hereditary, I mean, there's a purposefulness there. It gives the evidence that everything on this planet has been created. Because we have resemblances from our parents. I mean, that's purposeful. You can't avoid and think that, that's just a chance thing. And so it comes back to what was the first cause? What is the source? What was the intention of this creation is what comes back to as I try to share about source. This source that created us had a direction for us. And that direction in the realm of the mind is what keeps us on course, staying on the happy side of things. When we start to understand the direction and the will of this source that is in our mind, and we can have that wisdom about it, we can navigate this life. So all things on this planet leave an evidence of being created. And that is what I want to share with you in terms of there is a first cause, there is a source. I hope that makes sense to you. We will go deeper, a little bit more to talk about the source because it's a big subject to share in here on planet Earth when there's no form associated with it. We'll have to make some context of just understanding it within this mind. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it makes sense to you. Have a good day. Have a good month. Talk to you soon.